Hi friends, today in this video we are going to discuss about the concept time and distance. Okay, time and distance. Okay, along with this we are going to discuss about another variable which is speed. Okay, these three variables plays a major role in quant part. Okay, see, based on these three variables we can discuss three topics in our quant part. Okay, those three topics are time and distance. The first thing, time and distance. Later, trains and boats and streams. Okay, boats and streams. Okay, these three topics are entirely dependent on time, distance, speed variables. Okay, see, for all these concepts we are going to use one basic formula, which is distance is equals to speed into time. Okay, distance is equals to speed into time is the basic concept for all these three concepts. Okay, we have some important concepts to discuss. They are relation between time, distance and speed. Okay, relation between, see, let time be denoted as t, distance as d and speed as s. Okay, so the relation between time, distance and speed. Okay, these things we are going to discuss, and later we are going to discuss about conversions. Okay, conversions is also important in this concept. Conversions is nothing but converting kilometers per hour to meters per second or meters per second to kilometers per hour, like that. And third important point is average speeds. Okay, average speeds. When we have two or more speeds, then to calculate the average of those speeds we are going to use some formula. So we are going to derive them in this average speeds concept. Okay, later we have relative speeds. Okay, relative speed is nothing but it comes only when two or more objects moving at a same time, then relative speed comes into picture. Okay, based on this we have problems. Okay, first of all we are going to discuss about basic concept problems. See, in these basic concept problems they will be giving us time and distance and we have to calculate speed, some questions like that. Okay, which we can expect in preliminary level. Okay, later we are going to discuss about chasing concept problems. See, in this chasing concept, let us take an example. Say a policeman is chasing a thief. Okay, policeman is chasing a thief. See, before catching the thief, what is the distance traveled by the thief? So such type of questions will be asked in this. Okay, later on we have to discuss about late early concept problems. Okay, late early concept. See, if I want to watch a movie I have to go to theater. Okay, if I travel at x speed, then I will reach the theater 10 minutes earlier. Okay, if I reduce my speed from x to y, then I will reach the theater 10 minutes late. So what is the reduction in the speed? Such type of questions will be asked in late early concept. Okay, and the last thing is circular track problems. Okay, circular track problems. See, in this concept, two persons are jogging in a circular track. Then what is the distance between them after 1 hour if they have different speeds? Okay, such type of questions will be asked in this circular track problems. Okay, these type of problems are involved in time, distance and speed concept. Okay, for this we have to learn these concepts first. Okay, after learning these concepts I will explain you all these problems in detail. Okay, I am going to discuss about the relationship between time, distance and speed. We all know that distance is equals to speed into time. Okay, distance is equals to speed into time. Okay, if speed and time intervals are given, then to calculate distance we have to multiply speed and time. See, to calculate speed we have distance by time. Distance by time. This is not new formula. See, just I have taken this time to left hand side. Okay, next, time. Time is equals to distance by speed. Just I am taking speed to the left hand side. Okay. Okay, see, if distance is constant, then speed and time are inversely proportional to each other. Speed and time are inversely proportional to each other. This is one important point to remember in this topic. Okay, if distance is constant, speed and time are inversely proportional. It means, see, the distance is constant to travel, but if speed increases, time decreases. Okay, time decreases. If speed decreases, time increases. See, for example, let us take this as 100 kilometers. If my speed is 100 kilometers per hour, then the time will be 1 hour for me to reach to complete this entire distance. If my speed is 50 kilometers per hour, then the time will be 2 hours to complete this entire distance. See, 100 is greater than 50. So if my speed is greater, then time is reduced. If my speed is decreased, then time is increased. So these two are inversely proportional if distance is constant. Okay. Later, what if speed is constant? If speed is constant, then distance and time are directly proportional. Okay. If speed is constant, then if distance increases, time increases. If distance decreases, time decreases. So those two are directly proportional to each other. Okay, what if time is constant? Then distance and speed are directly proportional to each other. Okay, distance and speed are directly proportional to each other. See, if time period is same, then the distance covered will be directly proportional to speed. Okay. Here the important thing is, see, if speed and time are constant, then distance and time are directly proportional, and distance and speed are directly proportional. Only if distance is constant, speed and time are inversely proportional to each other. So this is an important point to remember. Okay. Now I am going to explain about conversions. See, conversions. See, if in the given question, the question he has given us kilometers per hour, but in options he has given in meters per second, then how to convert? Okay. See, to convert kilometers per hour to meters per second, we have to multiply with 5 by 18. Okay. See, why should we have to multiply with 5 by 18? I will explain you. See, 1 kilometer is nothing but 1000 meters. Okay, 1 kilometer is nothing but 1000 meters, and 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes, which is also equals to 3600 seconds. Okay, 3600 seconds. Kilometer per hour means 1000 meters per 3600 seconds. Okay, see, by calculating, see, 2 zeros will be cancelled and 2 5s, 2 18s, so which is nothing but 5 by 18 meters per second. So to convert kilometers per hour to meters per second, we have to multiply with 5 by 18. Okay, what if meters per second to kilometers per hour? okay, meters per second to kilometers per hour. See, for kilometers per hour to meters per seconds, we are going to multiply with 5 by 18. Okay, see, kilometers per hour into 5 by 18 is equals to meters per second. So we are converting like this. So in order to convert meters per seconds to kilometers per hour, we have to see, I will keep here kilometers per hour. See, to convert meters per seconds to kilometers per hour, meters per second should be multiplied with 18 by 5. Okay, 18 by 5. See here, simply I am taking this value to right hand side. So by multiplying meters by second with 18 by 5, we can convert that into kilometers per hour. Okay. Now I am going to discuss about average speeds. Okay. Average speeds. See, let us consider two cars are moving at a certain, see, 2 points A and B. The distance between A and B be 1. Okay, 1. Okay, two cars are traveling from A to B. Let us consider that the speed of car 1 be x and speed of another car be y. Okay, then what is the average speed of both cars? Okay, see, further we have the formula. Average speed of two cars x and y is 2xy by x plus y. See, I will derive this for you. See, if two speeds are given, then the average speed of those two speeds is 2xy by x plus y. Okay, here x will be one speed and y will be another speed. Okay, how to obtain this? See, here the distance traveled by car 1 with a speed of x kilometers per hour is 1. Okay, distance traveled by car 1 with a speed of x kilometers per hour is 1. Okay, by the same another car 2, the distance traveled is 1 part. Okay, so the distance traveled by those two cars is 2. Okay, and later time is equals to distance by speed, right? See, the distance traveled by car 1 is 1 and the speed is x. Okay, and another car, the distance traveled by another car is 1 and the speed is y. So to obtain the time, we have these two values. Okay, by substituting this in our basic formula, distance is equals to speed into time, right? Here we have to calculate speed. Speed is equals to distance by time. See, here we have distance and time. The distance traveled by those two cars is 2 and the time taken by them is 1 by x plus 1 by y. Okay. LCM of x and y is xy. So here we have x variable. So we have to multiply with y. Okay. Y. And here we have the variable y. So we have to multiply with x. So we get y plus x by xy LCM. So I am taking xy to the numerator, which is nothing but 2xy by x plus y. This is how we have obtained this formula. Okay, what if there is 3 cars? See, 3 cars and the speeds are x, y and z. Okay, then the average speed formula is 3xyz by xy plus yz plus zx. Okay, those 3 cars traveled a distance of 1 part 3 times. So the distance traveled by the 3 cars is 3. Okay, and the time intervals are, time is equals to distance by speed. Okay, the distance is 1 part and speed is x kilometers per hour for the first car, and for the second car it is 1 by y, and for the third car it is 1 by z. Okay, by using our formula, speed is equals to distance by time. See, here we got the distance as 3 parts and the time intervals as 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z, and we, by taking LCM of x comma y comma z, we get x y z as LCM, and here we have x, so we have to multiply with y and z. Okay, y and z. Later here we have y variable, so we have to multiply with x and z. Here we have z variable, so we have to multiply with x and y, and the LCM is x, y, z. We have written in denominator. Now I am taking this denominator to the numerator, so it will be multiplied. So 3xyz by xy plus yz plus zx is the average speed of those three cars. This is how we obtain the formula 3xyz by xy plus yz plus zx. Now I am going to discuss about relative speed. Okay, relative speed. See, relative speed is the most important term which is used in these three concepts. Okay, relative speed comes into picture only when two or more objects moves at a certain time. Okay, same time. Okay, see, in this relative speed we have two cases. First case is when the two objects are moving in the same direction. The two objects are moving in the same direction. And the second case is when the two objects are moving in the opposite direction. In opposite direction. Okay, two cases. See, in relative speed, two cases arises. Those are same when two objects are moving in the same direction, and the other is when the two objects are moving in the opposite direction. See, let us take two cars are moving in the same direction from point A to point B. Okay, let the speed of car 1 be x and the speed of car 2 as y. Then the relative speed of those two cars are x minus y. As the two cars are moving in the same direction, the speeds must be subtracted to obtain the relative speed. Okay, what in the case when those two are moving in the opposite direction? Okay, in this case we have taken the same direction. In this case the two cars are moving in the opposite direction. It means car 1 is starting from point A and car 2 is starting from point B, and the car 2 is approaching point A and car 1 is approaching point B. In such case the relative speed obtained will be, see, same, let us take the speeds of car 1 as x and car 2 as y. Then the relative speed of those two cars is x plus y. Okay, we have, in this case we have to add the speeds of the cars. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe my channel Prasad Gunaganti.